sewing friends. In today's video, I'm going to share a quick little review of the pattern and the fabric I used to make this fabulous swing jacket. I'm Sharon with Sharon Sews. Welcome to my channel. I am so happy that you are here. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now so that you do not miss future videos. It is mid-October when I am filming this, and where we live, it is cooling off in the morning, and by cooling, I mean 60 degrees. That also means that I'm going to have a chance to finally start wearing some of the jackets that I've been sewing. I did not realize until I did an inventory of all of my clothes that I actually have quite a few jackets. I don't know why I'm still sewing jackets when I really don't have that much opportunity to wear them. It's kind of opposite here. I get about 3 months of very cold weather versus 3 months of very warm weather when we lived in Minnesota. But the cooling off means that I get to start wearing some of the jackets that I've sewn, including this swing jacket that I absolutely love. It is such a statement piece. It is so fun to wear. Do you have something like that that you put on and you just feel really good when you wear it? I mean, I feel good in almost everything that I make, but this one, I love it so much. It's one of those that people are, where'd you get it? And then I say, I made it. No, I don't sew for others. Sorry. So let me tell you about the jacket. The pattern is from a BurdaStyle magazine, and it is from the 2018 magazine. It is jacket number 113. It's also included in this magazine as coat 112, which simply is just a longer version. I didn't have enough fabric for the longer version, and actually I'm quite happy about that because I love the length of this one. If you don't have the issue of the BurdaStyle magazine, this pattern is also available online as a PDF. I will link that below. And it's also available as a printed pattern that you can either purchase online, and I'm not real sure where Burda printed patterns are sold any longer, perhaps at Joann's. It has been about 9 months since I've been inside of a Joann's, so maybe somebody could leave me a comment below and let me know. I'll look for the link on the Simplicity website, and I will link that below too if you're interested in purchasing the printed pattern. The fit of this jacket is quite generous and very forgiving. So I went with a 38 up at the shoulders and the neckline, and then I graded out to a 42 at the hip line. Probably could have went even to a 40 at the hip line. Off the top of my head, I think that's equivalent to a 12 and a 16 in the big 4 pattern sizes. This is actually quite easy to sew. What really makes the jacket is the fabric. And I was fortunate enough to get this fabric. I love it. It really makes a statement when I wear it. It hasn't been cool enough yet to wear it often, but I'm really looking forward to wearing it this winter season. So the fabric was a gift from Minerva. At the beginning of 2020, they had reached out to me to see if I was interested in being a Minerva blogger. Well, of course I said yes. I love their fabrics. I love their fabrics. I love to sew. I like to write. I'm a blogger. So it was a win-win for both of us. And they sent me a number of fabrics to choose from, and I picked this one. The colors just popped out at me. It's described as a woven cotton ikat. Did I pronounce that right? I-K-A-T? If not, leave me a comment. Maybe I should have looked up to see how to pronounce it. Woven cotton ikat print, and it was described as a canvas suitable for like handbags. And I was expecting it to be a lot thicker than it is. And so in my mind, I was going to make like a jean style jacket, a little more structure with some top stitching. Then I received the fabric and realized that it actually is not that heavyweight. It's perfect. It was so easy to sew. I loved working with it, but it raveled. So I did have to finish the seams. That's because this jacket is completely unlined. That's one of the reasons it's so simple to sew. It just has 2 front pieces, the back piece, the sleeves, and then the facings. Now to finish the seams, I could have simply serged it. I just wanted it to look a little bit nicer inside, so I did a Hong Kong finish. I just used a brightly colored cotton that I had in my stash, and I cut it on bias and did that Hong Kong finish. I probably wouldn't have needed to do it on bias because most of these seams are straight that I finished. But I did bias, and that way if I had any curves, it was no problem. It conformed very easily. That Hong Kong finish is actually quite simple to do, and it just really makes the inside of your jacket look just as nice as the outside. There are 7 buttons on this jacket that close it. We've got 5 here, and there's 2 inside. And you can see it's got this little dip here in the front. At first, I thought I had done something wrong, that I marked something wrong or sewed the button on incorrectly. But I'm looking at that picture of the jacket that's modeled in the magazine, and it also has this little dip. So that's just the way it is. Honestly, I'm not going to wear it buttoned up. I don't like things up on my neck that make me feel like I don't know. I just don't like them. Maybe because I have a short neck. I've never liked them. My mother has got the beautiful, long, graceful neck. I didn't get that. Anyway, I will probably wear it open. It will just feel so much more comfortable to me. As I was finishing this, I was thinking about doing rainbow buttons to kind of mimic all the rainbow colors that are in this jacket. And Tabitha Sewer on Instagram, I will link below, sells buttons. Her rainbow buttons were out of stock at the time. Yes, I could have bought 5 different cards of buttons, but I just used black. It doesn't fight with the colors. What I might do is look for colors that actually coordinate with the blocks of color where the buttonholes land. And I think that would be really fun too. One thing I do wish is that I had pockets. As soon as I put it on, the first thing I went to do was put my hands in my pocket. Do you do that? There's just something about a coat. I feel like you need a pocket. So I have a little bit of this fabric left. I don't think I have enough to actually match the plaid where the pockets are. So maybe I'll cut it on bias so it's very obvious that it's not supposed to match. But I think I have enough left that I could put little patch pockets on the front. I don't think inseam pockets would work on the side seams because of that beautiful swing shape to this jacket. Now, as I mentioned, the coat is unlined. If you wanted to, you could line the sleeve. That would make it a little bit easier to get on and off depending on what you're wearing. I live in an environment where I would probably be putting this over a t-shirt, maybe to here or to here, maybe a long sleeve t-shirt. It's not going to be anything that's going to be bulky or that's going to hang up when I put the sleeve in. And you know what? If it gets really cold, I moved all my winter coats with me. I've got a down-filled coat that's good for below 30-degree weather sitting in that closet that I hope I never have to use again. These blocks of colors are like a plaid. So when I sewed the coat, I was careful to match the plaids as much as I could. There wasn't enough fabric to match specific colors, but there was enough fabric that I could match that block of color with the black, with the block of color across, especially in the back. Let me show you. Can you see the back seam? I hope not. If you cannot until you're looking for it, because I just told you it's there, that means I did a pretty good job matching it. So let me tell you how I did that. It is so technical. No, it's not. I'm not that good of a sewist. It's not that hard. I will share with you how I match the color blocks. If you have a different technique or another way of doing so, please leave a comment below. I'm always open to learning new sewing techniques. I laid the fabric out single layer, and then I took, for example, the back. I took the back piece and I cut the left side first, right sides up. And then I took a pencil and I very lightly drew around the colored blocks. Then I measured on the fabric the distance between the color blocks. And then I was very careful when I cut the right side of the back out to lay it out so that I matched the box and also had the seam line at a distance so that when I stitched it up, that is what the width would be of the black. That's why it looks seamless. At least I hope it looks seamless. I matched as best as I could the front piece to the sleeves in the front and then also where they overlap together. It's not exact, but it's close enough. And the truth is, I probably won't wear this jacket buttoned, so you really won't notice it. The jacket has a front facing and a back facing, as you can see here. The facing on this jacket is also interfaced. I use that technique where I finished this edge all in one. So what I simply did, I've got a video, I'll link that above and in the description below that shows how I did this. It's very simple to do. What I did is I placed the facing and the interfacing right sides together. Make sure if it's feasible that you have that bumpy side facing up. And then you simply stitch a 1/4 inch seam along this edge. And then fold it over. You need to be careful when you're folding it over, and you're going to very gently, very lightly press that very, very edge where you're folding over, because once you press, you're fusing it in place. So you're going to fold it over to the wrong side, and you're going to finish fusing the interfacing in place just like you would any other fusible interfacing. And there you have that nice little clean edge finish. I think it's a very easy technique. I certainly could have used the Hong Kong finish on the edge as I did on the hem, or I could have serged it, but I like the look. It's a very clean look. Speaking of hems, the hem on this is almost 90 inches. I went ahead and added that binding at the bottom of the hem, and then I hand stitched it in place. I just sat down with a cup of tea and settled in and enjoyed the slow sewing, which is very unusual for me. But it looks good. I like it. But I thought this one needed a hand sewn hem. I didn't want the stitching to show. I hope you enjoyed my review of my one-of-a-kind fabulous swing coat sewn with this wonderful fabric from Minerva. And I'll link below to this fabric if you want to purchase some to make yourself a fabulous swing coat. If you found this review helpful or entertaining, or it was just fun to kind of hang out and see what I was sewing, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You won't miss future videos. And until next time, I hope you're having a fabulous day. Stay safe, stay healthy, be blessed. Happy sewing. I chose to do a... What did I do? Okay, let me think about this. What did I do to finish the seams? Oh, yeah. Okay, cut. Try it again. Are entertaining.